going to talk about the principles that you're going to use in Manhattan Beach to make Manhattan Beach a better place. Principles like the power of place, creating places that understand the history and culture. Think about the history and culture of Manhattan Beach.
Is that Shanghai?
Yeah, well, this is a master plan that we're doing in Shanghai. And in fact, right now we're designing the second tallest building in the world. This is a vertical city. It's 160 stories tall. It's being built in Shanghai right now. And what it is you can live there, you can work there, there's recreation there, there's windmills at the top that are driving energy, so it's self-sustaining. So it's a self-sustaining building and a self-sustaining city. Right now it's under construction. It's about up to here right now. So if you think about it, the World Trade Center that went down was about 101 stories. This is 152 stories tall, a vertical city. This is what's happening in the future because people are going back to the cities and living in the cities and growing. Please.
How fast is the wind turbine going at the top for the wind turbines to make enough energy to sustain this building?
About 30 miles per hour. And because the building's so tall, there's always winds up there that are going that fast. And so I'm showing you the height of that building. It's 150 stories. To give you a sense of scale, the tallest building in LA, which is Library Tower, is about 82 stories. This is twice the height of Library Tower in scale. Here you can see the windmills that are at the top of the building. And we used it, you talk about the culture, right? How it designs culture, right? So this wanted to be the symbol of China. So what they call it is the dragon's tail, because the symbol of China is the dragon. So the people and citizens in China now calling it the dragon's tail building. And here you can see it in relationship. This is the Empire State Building in New York. The scale. Please.
How do you get material up there?
How do you get material up there?
To build it.
To build it, there are cranes that move up with the construction of the tower. So it's called a crawler crane that goes up. As the steel goes up, it goes up with it.
It's attached to the structure
Attached to the
itself.
structure.
So it's not coming from the ground. It's attached to the building.
There are internal atriums that are 100 stories in the air, and they grow their own
Scaffolding
food up into the building.
of the building.
Some of the public
You wanna
spaces,
work on
the
it?
restaurants. Okay, the second thing I want to talk to you about is stewardship of the land. And again, think about Manhattan Beach and how you can create stewardship of the land. We're working on a project right now that's called the Global Seawater Project. So what did I tell you was one of the most scarce products out there right now besides water? Water, right? So this is a project that does two things. It cleans water and it creates energy. It creates algae that once you, on arid land, this is in the Middle East, and it's under construction right now. We came up with a way of taking algae or seawater, pumping it in, creating mangroves or trees that take the salt water out and then create algae. Do you know what algae is going to create? Algae creates fuel. So now what we're going to say is that countries can be self-sustaining. They could use the algae instead of oil, which comes out of the ground. Now we can grow our fuel. And this is now a future of stewardship of the land. Taking salt water, which is unusable, and making it into algae, which then becomes fuel in the future. And this is an example of how it's being built in the Middle East. This was a quote. I see no more important development in critical area of food needs than plants that are tolerant of salt water, because there's such a prevalence of salt water.